Okay, testing. That's, yep, okay. Oh shit. Give me a quickie second. Hold on. Skip forward if you need to. Just a very quick second. Okay. I'll be right back. Oh yeah, you can look at that in the background, right? I'll be right back. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What up, what up, what up? Okay, y'all. Oh my gosh. I just got I just got back from a wedding, a lit ass wedding. It's 2:40 a.m. in the morning, and I saw that this Hunter x Hunter live, that the chapter came out for Hunter x Hunter, and I was like, oh shoot, I'm still not even tired. I danced all night long, and I still wasn't tired, so I figured, well, since I'm not tired and the chapter's out, you know what I'm saying? Tell me how the lighting is, um, y'all. I need to tell Instagram actually that I'm going live. How do I do this again? Okay, let me just stand up and do a quick video. We are just now live on YouTube, baby. This is the YouTube live stream setup I have currently now. And guys, I just got back from a wedding. I'm tired, and we have a chapter to get to, baby. It is 2:40 a.m. If you're here to stream, please come on in. If not, is don't worry. But I am going to get hype. Let's go. Dude, what up, what up? That whole what up thing is literally oh, I don't have my headset on. It's my Hunter headset. There's this song called Energy by Disclosure that it's a pretty and the song literally starts off with this guy just straight up saying, what up, what up, what up, what up? So I've just had that stuck in my head for a while. And I also kind of lost my voice, not from the wedding, but like from a couple days before then. My voice is raspy as hell, so I just recovered from that. Okay, hold up. I just want to post this on my story, and then we can get a move on. Gmail. I'm just copying the URL. Guys, it's 4:11. Oh my gosh! Nobody panic. Copy. Okay, got it. And link, paste. Oh, damn, I didn't do the thing. Oh, damn, I didn't do a timestamp. Oh, well, it's alright, it's alright, it's alright. Okay, we're done now. We're here. Holy crap, we're here. This is it. This is it. This is it. This is it. Um, I want y'all. I have some surprise for you too. We're gonna talk a little bit about the story. Um, and yeah, guys, we're gonna lock the fuck in right now. I have this open. I'm just making sure everything's good on my side. Okay. Okay, everything's good. Everything checks out. Yay. Okay. So guys, you've seen many sides of me on the internet. I have a Hunter x Hunter side of me, and this is where we're gonna nerd the fuck out on this channel and on this live and on every live that these chapters are coming out because we're back, baby. At least 10 chapters that are gonna drop in the next coming weeks. Holy crap! It's 2026. So guys, I just want. Oh yeah, I need to make sure my camera's okay. Because I kind of wanted it centered a teeny bit. It's not right now. Because I want to make sure, like, when I'm reading and reacting, I wanted my, like, my face to be like, huh, huh, like, when I'm reacting. So I want to make sure the camera's in the right place. Just to be funny. Um, guys, we got a lot to talk about. First of all, spoilers if you have not caught up with the Hunter x Hunter anime. Or, sorry, you have not caught up with the Hunter x Hunter story after the anime. This is probably one of my favorite works of fiction thus far in my whole life. Okay, so we got some things to talk about. There are a lot of theories that I need to. Freaking, let me move this. Ooh. Okay, let me just move this. Y'all probably be hearing the wires jangling and shit. If so, I'm sorry. Let me move this away. Y'all, you can't see it. Okay, that's my microphone down there. I want to talk about some of the most common theories before we just jump into the Succession War, where we're gonna even leave off. I did only like glance, and I mean just glance the first couple pages to be like, just make sure it's legit. First of all, my first surprise. Are you ready? Are you ready? One, two, three. Look at this. Look at this. What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? I love that. As soon as I saw this overlay, I was like, oh, I'm downloading that. Thank you. What do you think? What do you kids? This is this is the setup right now. This is how it's gonna look. I just wanted to did the previous uh one drop just to drop a little surprise on you. So tell me what you think. I'm definitely loving it, guys. My neck kind of hurts because I was dancing hard on the dance floor. I just got back from a wedding. It is 2:46 a.m. Just got back from a wedding. I am not tired. I'm still not tired. I could keep dancing. But as soon as I saw this chapter actually dropped that day, I was like, well, I'm not tired. I might as well. Like I said in my video. There are some theories I wrote down on sticky note. There are some theories that I just don't have to be answered in this batch of chapters, but just overall theories. First of all, I know this is like my first Hunter x Hunter related anything video. I am Prince Halkenberg all the way, baby. He better win this bitch. And he might, everything I'm saying might be completely irrelevant by the end of this chapter. I just want to say I'm just gonna address my own personal opinions on these very common Hunter x Hunter Succession War theories going on with the Succession War. Bellorante, let's start with Bellorante. He's had a very unusual amount of screen time for a 13th for Miriam's Guard. Um, there's a lot of theories. I just find every single theory about Bellorante hilarious because, especially the one about him being Hisoka in disguise, and I'm just like, I kind of don't want it to be true, honestly. I see the context clues of why people think that, but I'm just like, bruh, Bellorante is so goofy as hell. He's just so aloof. He's just does his own thing. He's in his own world. He just makes horny jokes. He just makes potty jokes on the fly. I love his personality. If this Hisoka theory is true, I kind of don't want it to be true because I kind of like Bellorante's character as he is. If it ends up being true, then great. Then it's just more character aura for Hisoka. If it ends up being true, there is a strong case that it is true. But I just like Bellorante's character so much. I don't want it to change. Like I just don't want that. I just don't want, if that theory is true, I don't want his personality, because I love his personality, to take away from his greatness of his character. Um, but I do find the Bellorante theories hilarious, whether he's silent majority or this or Hisoka or that. I'm just like, this man just be goofy? He can just be goofy. He can take care of himself. He can easily take care of himself. Okay, we just need. I want some goofiness in the Succession War. My next little note about theories, and my predictions is, oh shoot, almost dropped it. Is Benolanov. Benolanov. Benolov's cooked. I'm so sorry. I love Benolov. I love his backstory. He's cooked. He's all alone on tier 1. He's already admitted he's not a good matchup for Hisoka. He's already admitted all these things. And he's alone on tier 1. And Hisoka probably knows he's being followed. um, Gosh, I know I love Benolov. I want him to just like have a more shining moment. I'm glad that chapter 406, I think it was, had 5 straight pages of Benolanov lore and catching up on for Benolanov. I love him as a character. I love his design. He's probably one of the most uniquely designed Phantom Troop members. He's not my favorite one, but he's cooked, dude. I'm so sorry. He's probably gonna go very soon. Probably in this batch. Crawlo X Karapika Hisoka. This little relationship triangle that they are. Kind of depends on Karapika. I wrote my literal next bullet note after this was Wobel and Karapika and Saraidnik. Because the relationship with those 3 depends solely on Karapika and how whatever choices he makes. And it's going to be so interesting when Crawlo's in tier 1, whether that's already happened or not. But bro, I've had 2 different theories where something from Yorknu, 2 different little 2 different things from Yorknu that happened in Yorknu could be coming back, is my own little prediction. Is that one out of 2, one, when Crawlo gets to tier 1, he has to pull some sort of move that Karapika used on him in Yorknu back to him, like just return the favor. 2 things come to mind. One, I think Crawlo has to disguise himself, okay? Kind of the way that Karapika disguised himself as the hotel receptionist. And then when they were in the back of the car, chained together, Crawlo was like, I didn't expect chain user being a woman. And Karapika said, did I say I was? You shouldn't let appearances deceive you. He said something like that. And I think Crawlo might return the favor and disguise himself as something and surprise Karapika. That would be lit. Second thing, is the little 1 second kidnap thing when they cut off the lights in Yorknu, and use that time back when their eyes were still adjusting to get, like, snatch Crawlo. Bro, Crawlo needs to do like a 1 second pull Karabika right out of the action. Crawlo needs to just do just like a 1 second distraction, just like Karapika did to him in Yorknu, and then just show up right in his face, be like, "Yeah, remember me? I could have killed you just now, but I didn't because I need your help." Because I think Karapika is the partner Crawl is looking for on the little love dial, cell phone ability. And another one I had was, who was the first Phantom Troop member to die? If it's not Benolnov, other than Benolnov, a lot of people are saying, is it between Finks, Phaeton, or Nobunaga? Personally, if I was writing this story, I think Finks should die first out of those 3. Phaeton has different attack forms that we haven't seen yet. Nobunaga, we don't even know his net ability yet. It's not, we haven't gotten an actual explanation for anything, really, regarding Nobunaga. He's just a badass like that. But Finks, we already know everything about him. Like he's not that complicated. He winds up his arm. That's his net ability. Um, and he's just there, he's just there to talk and dialogue and, be this and that. I just think there's still more to see out of Phaeton and still more to see out of Nobunaga. So out of that trio, I think Finks needs to go first if it was up to me. Um, and I think we're gonna get this whole Henrai Nobunaga betrayal. Because of what Benolanov did to Lynch. Um, that's also probably gonna cause him shit. What else did I have here? Oh, the silent majority, brother. First of all, I watched CJ Suckworth Central's video and the Hunter Society's video about the whole silent majority. I do believe that it is a group ability. I do believe it's a group ability. I'm not gonna lie. Um, Especially after all that talking and explanation, I'm a pretty firm believer it is, and who the culprit is, and it's whole like and it's so beautiful because it's a group ability so that the maids have a faction on their side, and that's what the Succession War is all about. It's not only Nen warfare, it's not only information warfare, it's not only politics warfare, it's class warfare. Warfare between the classes, the poor and the rich and the maids and the maids because the trolley problem, duh, but also because someone like the maids, it has to be a group ability so that no one can identify with it or even know that if you were a maid, you didn't even know what was happening. But because the royals are so self-centered and so not unaccountable, but just like so needy, I guess, to always need maids around them, it's the perfect silent majority, literally. Like because the royals, the Kakin royals cannot survive without the maids. They can't do basic shit without the maids. They need them for everything. The part where Camilla was getting her nails done in chapter 4, whatever, when Halkenberg's body died, there was a maid doing her nails. There was a maid folding her sheets. There was maids everywhere doing everything for her. So the royals still need maids, and that's the perfect net ability to manifest because silent majority is gonna be around for as long as Kakin's gonna the Kakin Empire is gonna keep being the Kakin Empire. So I think that's genius. Huge silent majority fan. We're probably gonna see him return. And then yeah, I wrote a little bullet point here about Pariston and Jing in the Temp Hunters. So they are still on the boat. They are on the boat. I'm like 90% sure they're still actually on the same boat, wherever the hell they are. But there's no real reason for them to even come into the story, which is fine. But I'm just like, why? I don't know. Like, are they gonna even have a part to play? It's so weird. Cause Jing alone, Jing alone would. Oh my god! I just realized I have a light bulb. I know y'all probably couldn't see my face that well. I'm dimming it down. But Jing, I don't think Jing can even play a part in the Succession War unless Morena is Gon's mom. That'd be something else. But bro, that's the only way I see it. Other than that, I really don't care for them. I really don't care that they're there. Let them have their time when they're on the continent. But I do predict that most of this flashback will just be mostly martial law recap of what happened in this 40 minutes, because this is kind of like the palace invasion, except we skipped over the 40 minutes of the whole palace invasion and now we're in episode 135 at this point. That's kind of what it's felt like, or what Togashi tried to do, or at least try to make it different from the last arc, which I appreciate. But we're gonna watch it because we're gonna react to it now. Who knows if anything I even said is gonna even be relevant or completely disproven. We'll probably see Tyson's Spirit Beast's taboo that we still haven't gotten yet. Or obviously just we could see the most out of left field thing ever, probably, because I will never forget chapter 401. I remember I was playing PlayStation actually with a friend of mine, and I just got out of my seat. Oh my god, chapter 401 is out, bitch. And I was reacting and I was just so giddy. I was so giddy. My friend even said, I don't think I've ever been excited for something like that in my life. Because Chapter 401 was such a mind fuck. It spun the whole story upside down. The whole Hunter x Hunter, probably the whole Hunter x Hunter story. Session War for sure. Flipped the whole script upside down just in one chapter. And I love the fact that Longhi being the one to drop those bombshells is perfect because one, her character design is like purposefully not the kind of character design, like purposely the kind of side character that you wouldn't take seriously. And then for her to step into the spotlight the way that she did and just turn the whole story upside down from someone you would not even expect, and it was designed that way. I feel if I was a writer, I would design it that way too, to come from a character like her to be like to just drop all these bombshells. I will never forget how that affected the Hunter x Hunter story and just storytelling in general. I'm a writer too, and I was mind the fuck blown, dude. Mind blown, absolutely. Okay, are we ready? Are we ready? Whew. Oh my god, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I have it pulled up, and I do have to change these little scenes so that you can see what I'm seeing. I'm not going to be able to see the chat, by the way. I'm so sorry. I'm not going to be able to see the chat. In case y'all will be talking. So let's transition. Look at this. Look at that. I'm down here now. Hold on. I do have it. I need to refresh this. There we go. Okay, so we can see. Okay, I can see what we're seeing now. But when I'm reading this thing, I need to actually. I'm not gonna be able to see OBS or my YouTube stream. So, okay, let's do this. Who the hell knows? Who the hell knows what's gonna happen? My neck kind of hurts from dancing. Okay. We're here, by the way. We are here. Obviously, I'm not going to compare this to Chapter 401. Chapter 401 was peak fiction to me. But, okay. I see Balsam. Oh, go already! Oh my god, why does Huckleberry look so different, bruh? Okay. Pause. I'm pausing real quick. Is there a do not disturb mode or some shit? I don't know. Whatever. It's 3 in the morning. Even, whatever. Okay. I want to zoom in. Okay. I kind of prefer this. Okay. I don't like seeing the whole page at once, not gonna lie. Day 12, Thursday, 8 a.m. inside the Ministry of Justice. Okay, so this is right after Halkenberg got possessed him. Okay. Ninth Prince, the Ninth Prince's funeral procession is scheduled to depart the Ministry of Justice at 1 p.m. and arrive at the funeral hall on Tier 1 before 2 p.m. At the morgue, basically, where all the Nen inscriptions are. However, in consideration of the succession war, his will dictates that a send-off by the princes is unnecessary. Once the Ninth Prince's private army is disbanded and the procedures for their reassignment to Tier 2 and below are complete, I will return there. Oh. Dang, so all Halkenberg's private soldiers? Like Shadul, Yurhirai? All of them doing that? Oh my. They're just out of the succession war. Damn, I mean that's a lucky. If I was them, that's a lucky way to go out. That's a lucky way to avoid dying. Um, but damn, so they're just reassigned to tier 2 and below. Good work, well done, yes sir. He walks off. The time is before the issuance of special martial law. Oh, okay, so he plans to return back just before. Look at Halkenberg. Okay, that's a unique design. Okay, back with Kaiser, Kacho, and Melody. How's the 11th prince doing? She's fast asleep. It's to be expected. She needs to rest quietly until she recovers enough to wake up naturally. Oh, okay, interesting. Could it be that I'm making Fuchen use up extra energy? You absolutely must not worry about that. You are absolutely essential to Fugetsu. Without you, she wouldn't survive. Yeah, yeah, I kind of agree. Kind of, yeah. Whether the ninth prince's death was a suicide or an assassination by the first prince, the funeral will likely be held grandly and solemnly so as not to provoke public backlash. Right. We will just wait and see until the ninth prince's funeral concludes without a hitch. In the meantime, let's get our own preparations perfectly in order. Room 302? Who's in 302? I forget. It's not 1000 whatever. It's room 3. Is this is this tier 3? Okay. Sarah Hell, what did I say? What did I say, Sarah Hell? Oh, sh mm, okay. Okay. Smart. Very smart. I love how Togashi just, you can see my cursor, right? Togashi on this left panel just erased all the facial features. This is so interesting. Okay, Sarah Hell is locking in. She's locking in. She's locking in. Put on a wig, contacts, makeup. Hell yeah. Oh, look how innocent she is. She's a suicide bomber. Um Okay, Sarah Hell. Okay, she's smart. She's smart. Look at Fukutaki. My, you've disguised yourself quite skillfully. Grandma, you're getting senile and so forgetful. I'm so glad we're getting Fukutaki again. The way she was talking whenever she was getting revealed was like, holy shit, this grandma is speaking about so much death so easily. She's insane in the head. She's not right in the head. You're so senile and so forgetful. This is my original self. This is my original self. While my persona as captain of the guards is just an external mask. Ho ho ho, do you even know the meaning of original? By the way, the situation has changed significantly with the death of the ninth prince, but we are still executing the plan as scheduled, correct? Yes. Finding a Nen exorcist is essential, so I definitely want to smoke them out as early as possible. Okay, that's what Umanma is for. So they have an Nen exorcist. Or are they talking about, oh, she's talking about finding an Nen exorcist on their team, because Umanma is an Nen exorcist for Camilla. Okay. Well, it wouldn't be, it would be best if there isn't one, but working under the assumption that there is, we'll have to drastically alter our this text is a little hard to read. Drastically alter our approach depending on the type of Nen exorcist they have. The curse on the 14th prince, how many days do you estimate it'll take to accumulate? If our rooms are separate and I can't see them, it'll probably take a full week, even if we're in the same area. If we're lucky and they lower their guard, letting me get close enough to touch them. She's not gonna let that happen. Karapika's not gonna let that happen, baby girl. Karapika's not gonna let that happen. Not gonna let that happen. Not gonna let that happen. They already figured out that the fact that Camilla's sending only one person shows a firm resolve. They said that word for word. I'll wring their neck and kill them on the spot. Okay, okay, Sarah. Fuck off, pop off, bitch. I'm sorry, that's not how I talk normally. Okay, she gonna pop off. She's locking in. I like her eye swirl effects too. I'll wring their neck and kill them on the spot. Damn. If it comes to that, please make sure Kako is my successor. Well, I'm off then. Oh, right, because Kako is the untouchable, the have-not. I'm still used to calling them the untouchables back when the original translation came out because it's such a badass name. The have-nots, I guess. Camilla's, Nen, suicide bombers, the curses. Um, Kako is the is Halkenberg's curse. Now that they think he's dead, Kako is the successor. Got it. Well, I'm off then. Oh, we're back with everybody. Hi. That's Satori. Satori is a loserous guard. This is Danjin over here. Fourth Prince Sarai. Oh, but that's Satori. Who the hell's that? That's Satobi. There's new guards. That's why. Furikov, Babimina, Sarahel, Shimano, Wobble, Oito, Bill. Bill don't trust any of y'all. Hashito, Kurapika, and Sakata. By the way, Hashito, this guy on the left down here, he doesn't do jack shit. He ain't doing jack shit. I mean, come on. He's not doing shit. Alright, hold on. Okay, we're still good. Okay, I just had to cut off the stream. He ain't doing jack shit. Kropka in the middle. He is him. Duh. Sakata is actually kind of useful, so I'm glad. Where's my cursor? Okay. Oh my god, another spread page. Oh my god, hell yeah. Wait, is this guy Kako? No, he doesn't look like Kako. No, Kako has freckles on his face. What am I saying? I don't know why I thought that. So who the hell is that? That's Slaka. Danjin. Is this Mushaho? The coloring, the design's a little off. Sarahel, Mayor, Gladiolus. Wow, these character designs look different. Oh my god, I skipped. I'm so sorry. Who the hell is that? Who's that? That's Gladiolus. Where's Yuri? That's Yuri. Okay, that got more people. Bellarante, what up, my man? Babby Minus face is a little a little a little a little something. Temptory. Okay. Second training session. Current participants 18. Based on the results of the previous session, since there were several people who wished to continue taking the course and level up, we hastily increased the capacity and decided to split into an introductory class and a beginner class. Okay, I see. However, for the introductory class, a 2-week training course will put you in a state where you can use Nen. I will promise this unchanged from last time. Alright, Furikov. I love everything Furikov thinks about. Which of us is going to the introductory class? That'd be you. I think it's probably by the prince's arrangement. Oh yeah, you don't have to put up with the, you don't have to put up a tough front. No, seriously, you should be the one to do it. For the beginner class, one per week, I promise to have you master the basics of the 4 major principles. Furthermore, for the princes whose intentions and interests align with ours, I will permit an increase of 1 person per prince, limited strictly to the introductory class. Okay. Okay. Let me read that again. Just so it's in my head. For the beginner class, 1 per week, I promise to have you master the basics of the 4 major principles. Furthermore, for the princes whose intentions and interests align with ours, being 5th prince, 9th prince, if anyone's still here, I don't think so, because they all got reassigned actually. 5th prince Tubeppo, 3rd prince Zhang so far, and anyone else who wants to be on their side. I will permit an increase of 1 person per prince. Okay, so kind of, make incentivizing an alliance. I see. Just by having more people come to the class. I want you to confirm by phone whether or not they wish to add 1 more person. The beginner class course has been extended to 1 month. But of course, you are free to quit halfway through. Why 1 month? For the voyage? The basics of the 4 major principles in 1 month? Okay, Furikov. Okay, he's putting stuff together. That's an impossibly fast pace for normal training. But if he uses an attack, it's not a completely impossible number. Is the stalemate in the succession If the stalemate in the succession war continues for another month,
The second time attendees here will become fully fledged Nen users, even from a military standpoint. That's true. They will no longer be ordinary humans. The aim of increasing the number of recruits is the aim of increasing the number of recruits is, in addition to balancing military power, to disperse and reduce the number of guards in the other prince's living quarters, thereby steering the entire succession war towards a more defense-oriented strategy. I like the way these translations are actually describing some of this. I get it though. I don't like all this the Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram stuff on the bottom, but it's okay. I get it though. I definitely get it. He's thinking long term for the voyage too. It's not just the couple whatever weeks for the succession war. He's thinking long term. He's feeding them information piece by piece, piecemealing the information to continue the stalemate. But Furyakov is exactly right, actually. Hold on, I'm readjusting my seat. But yeah, Furyakov is exactly right. I want to read that part again because that was some juicy information. The aim of increasing the number of recruits is, in addition to balancing military power, to disperse and reduce the number of guards in the other prince's living quarters, thereby steering the entire succession war towards a more defense-oriented strategy. Oh, and Karapika just straight up has more people in his room to guard the baby, which could also be a risk, but we'll see. So look at Sarah Hell. I'm just staring at Sarah Hell. All right, we're gonna get a roundup again. Um, Berere-san. 13th Prince Guard Hunter Association member Bellorante. Yeah, we know who he is. During the previous lecture, a murder happened here, right? The culprit hasn't been found yet. Will it be okay this time? Well, to be honest, I don't know. Facts. I love Bellorante. He just says shit how it is, and he's goofy as hell. Well, to be honest, I don't know, but I think he'll be targeted. Oh, but I don't think he'll be targeted. However, if you spot a girl wearing a mask, let me know right away. Ooh, okay, okay. Elardia and Ladiolus are back, baby. Don't you feel like our skin condition has gotten really good? Also, my stiff shoulders are completely gone. Right, I know, right? We're tired, but I feel like power is welling up even more than that. Okay, so even Alardia got awakened. Um, 10th Prince Rockily? Oh, right, just because the other girl. Fuck, who's the girl who got possessed? Lobbery. That's not Lobbery. Rockily, I doubt that's Lobbery because she got arrested. Is Rockily just a very obscure translation of Lobbery, or is Rockily a different character? I don't know, because they both have that little chiseled jawline like you see. Anyways, the sixth queen denied it. Yeah, okay. But if the military police tried to blockade it, then then Prince 10 is already. Oh, she's expecting. She's pushing. Oh, shh. We just need to do exactly what we were told to do. Oh, so they already know Katja is dead. Okay, I see. I see. Bringing another person who's also a guard means that Nen ability is just that powerful, right? Look at all these new faces in here. Indeed. Okay, so Toby, the Seventh Prince intends to wait and see until the trouble between the mafias is settled. We should look at this grace period as a golden opportunity. Hmm. Losers intends to wait and see until the trouble between the mafias is settled. Okay, we should look at it. This is all one flashback, dude. Is this whole volume gonna be one entire flashback? Because we're just picking off. We're picking off right. This is still 8 a.m. on day 12. We're picking up right after um Halkenberg shot his arrow, literally. Okay, I see the timeline. Yep, Seventh Prince Guard Satobi, second lecture. Hubate, Hubach, Hubach. Okay, anyways, hold on. Wait, let me scroll up again. Is there second lecture, second lecture, second lecture? Okay, so Rock Lee is a new person. Okay, I was tweaking just a wee bit. Bellorante. This person's unnamed. Okay, so Rock Lee is a new character. Second lecture, Satobi. Hubach. Hubach. So first time because there's no parentheses. As soldiers belonging to the second queen, we will be reorganized afterwards, no matter which prince becomes the king. Oh, okay. So he does. So he's not that attached to Loser, is he? He's still attached to Dwazzle. However, that ends up going on. In that case, whether or not we have mastered this ability will greatly influence our future assignments and prospects. True. Also, I thought being able to make contact with the second prince's private army here would be a massive advantage. Really? Hubach? I also thought being able to make contact with the second prince's private army here would be a massive advantage. Sorry, I'm zooming out. I'm just zooming out a wee bit. Okay, that looks a little more pleasing. Damn, okay. They're like, look at her. Who the hell is she? Wait, that's a maid, right? Hmm. Might just be a standard reconnaissance agent. Oh, so that's what they look like, I guess. No. Second Prince's private army captain, Sarah Hell. The 14th Prince is in the master bedroom. Distance-wise, it's closer than I thought. It seems I can also get my hands on something the prince has used within 5 days. I can execute the plan. So if she just touches something that Wobble has touched, which is what? In the past 5 days. So 5 days was day 7. Day 7 was just before the banquet. Okay, so I don't think Wobble's touched. So what has Wobble touched? Oh, so Oito counts. If she touches Oito, the conditions are met? Not just the baby? Okay, 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 okay. Weird. Interesting, though. Okay, 10th Tory, second session. An increase in personnel combined with the joint hiding declaration with the Fifth Prince is a defensive strategy meant to create chaos and complicate the situation. That's what he thinks? Okay. I disagree, but it's not a good idea to reduce wait, what? It's not a good idea to reduce the cipher room personnel any further, Prince. After all, we can invite the 14th Prince's party to a meal, in quotes, as much as we want after the session ends. Well, however, we must do it in a way so that the first Prince's side doesn't receive reports that we are very good friends. Oh, true. Okay. That's Zhang Li on the phone, by the way. And 10th Tori says, I was waiting for that reply, though. If it ultimately comes down to the use of force, that's the role of the lower ranks, anyways. Wait, what? If it only. My voice still a little raspy, forgive me. If it ultimately comes down to the use of force, that's the role of the lower ranks, anyways. There is no need to share this special ability any further with my rivals in the promotion race. Oh, so yeah, that's still, yeah, everybody's still looking to just get promoted. Even though I am in a state ready to use Nen abilities, I am practically powerless in front of the first prince's private soldiers. Right. In that case, I have no choice but to build my strength here while appealing to the first prince's. I can't read that. Holy shit, I can't read that. Side, while appealing to the first prince's side regarding strengthening our coordination with the third prince. Okay, that was the worst text box I could have read. It was so blurry, but I got it now. So he's trying to just play nice with, first prince. Oh, wait, so I think the reason why Togashi even said this because just a thought bubble like that coming from 10th Tori, it's kind of making all these Nen users who have just awakened kind of seem like, oh, well, I have superpowers now. Oh, I could go up against this guy, but I kind of want to play nice for a little bit.
until I know I'm ready to go up against them. So I like everyone's mindsets in this chapter where everyone's like, "Oh, shoot, everyone, power." It's like what Bill predicted. Power corrupts people. And so now 10th Tory's thinking, "Oh, I can go oh, I might even go up against the first prince's bodyguards." You know what I mean? So people are taking the whole perspective. Everyone have a different perspective on this awakening. Oh, and I want to see Mayor, my buddy. I like Mayor. The first prince's private soldiers must have also insisted. Okay, that's what that says. The first prince's private soldiers must have also insisted that the fifth prince's guardian spirit beast has revealed itself. Okay, right. Okay, so okay, we're thinking about the frog and then beast that will act as a deterrent, and the first prince's faction will likely restrain themselves for a while and observe the guardian spirit beast's behavior. Okay, so Mayor's thinking like a Nen user. Okay, because he's already an old ass dude. You know what I'm saying? He's old. He's old. Um, but he has a lot of confidence in himself, and I like how Togashi has not forgotten that confidence level in him in Mayor over here. Okay, in the meantime, I will invite Gosh, what are these? In the meantime, I will invite Karapika and we will train together. As long as the prince is being targeted, I cannot afford to be picky about the means. Correct. Okay. All right, Karapika is just observing everyone. Well, then, we will begin the lessons with 9 people in the introductory class and 9 people in the beginner class. Please split into 2 groups. Oh, more characters. Okay, we're getting names now. Okay, good. 10th Prince Attendant Lizula. 11th Prince Attendant Tonasta. 13th Prince Attendant Naipe. Ooh, Naipe's got a sick name. So Naipe straight up left the pocket dimension, is what I'm hearing. So Bellerante and Naipe are the only people outside of room 1013. That's what I'm putting together. But we'll see. Well, being here is much better than being worked to the bone by the sixth queen. I'm anxious, but if I can be of even a little help to the sixth queen, right? Yeah, let's do our best. If we can really gain superhuman powers, we'll definitely be able to serve the 11th prince better than we do now. I'll be able to fight too. Okay, so they're okay. Tonasta, Tonasta, Tonista, Tonasta. I'll just say Tonasta. Tonasta reminds me of Fugetsu's personal guards that she already has, which is Ryoji and Bachem, who we still have not seen any ounce of. Fugetsu's literally teleporting around the ship, just all going all around willy nilly. And Ryoji and Bachem, the only two who say they're truly protecting Prince Fugetsu, are nowhere to be found. I don't know where the hell they are. I hope Tsugashi didn't forget them. All right, Naipe says, "I'm scared. I don't want to do this anymore. I want to go back to my room right now." Oh, hold on. Girl, toughen up. You don't know where you are right now. Seventh Prince bodyguard Gato. Okay, Gato. Quietly focusing solely on acquiring Nen abilities, is it? That's right. We make absolutely sure you refrain from acting on your own. Make absolutely sure you remain. Strategic standby is the safest and most certain path to improving our squad's standing. Okay. Strategically strategic standby is the safest and most certain path to improving our squad standing. Okay, so Satobi's like locking in. Gato here has some things to say. Stop messing around. What are you saying? It's not for the squad, it's for yourself, isn't it? Oh, he don't like him. Princes are dying one after another, and the target is a baby? It'd be done in seconds. Oh, so he's new to this. What kind of idiot would pass up this perfect opportunity? If I succeed, I'm guaranteed a promotion. Well, it sounds like he's not gonna be so friendly once he does awaken to Nen. Um,
If the snake charmer is among them and attacks the fourth prince's private army again, being Danjin, is there a slim chance the fourth prince would sue us and appear in court himself? Ooh, that's an interesting thought. Anyways, now then, those in the introductory class, please clasp your hands together freely. Oh, they're doing the clasping method again. Throwback. I will now distribute black paper to those. Black paper? Is that it? I will now distribute black paper to those in the beginner class. The ninth prince is dead. Mm. Mm. So you think Halkenberg better win this bitch? That's all I'm saying. The prince I first attempted to contact in order to establish a connection with Saradnik, fourth prince. In the end, we still don't even know the secret behind the ability that caused that tremendous rumbling. Oh yeah, that's true. From Kropika's perspective, she's still in the dark. She's still hella in the dark about everything. There's no way it's a simple death from illness. It must be an assassination. The timing right before the trial with the first prince. It's obvious. Excuse my voice. But there probably won't be any evidence. I'm reluctant, but by using the truth behind the ninth prince's death as a spark, we must also keep the option of inciting the public and taking advantage of the chaos on the table. That's true. I'm glad Karapika is still like prioritizing Obel. Did I just say Obel? Oito and Wobel's safety. He served as a deterrent to the upper princes and was also the hope of the lower princes. That's true. Just by having his private soldiers present in this room, an atmosphere with an exquisite mix of tension and security was created. That's true too. Your Hirai and Shadul. Who'd have thunk it? Who'd have thunk that those two would cause tension in the room? Now that it's gone, hold on, R.I.P. Even at the risk of some danger, I wanted to increase complex uncertainties for the upper prince's side. Okay, yeah, okay, I get it. As expected, there are no princes trying to allocate any more personnel to the Judicial Bureau, I suppose. Okay, I'm understanding now. Yeah, yeah. I just had to. Sometimes I just have to like sit back and. Oh, I am Gipper. Okay, we got a name, Gipper. Girl, his name's Gipper. Gipper looks like. Gipper is in tier 1 replacing Borkson. He's in the Nen class? Wait, that's why he looked familiar. Gipper? Assigned to the first tier to replace Borkson. Is there anything noteworthy from the handover with Muhan? Don't die. Facts. Facts. Okay, Danjin. Yeah, okay. Danjin's not an idiot. Thank God. I want Danjin to live, but Zoradix might still kill him. Gipper is in a tuxedo. Gipper is in a tuxedo. Like a regular bodyguard. He is Muhan's replacement. Holy shit. He's safe. He's in a safe spot right now, technically. But he's a Royal Army. He's still a Royal Army soldier. So when martial law is declared, which happens a few hours from now, because this is a flashback, he could do anything he wants. Don't die. Wow, 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 wow. If both of you are killed here, the prince won't stay quiet, and it could become a matter of my responsibility. Yeah, Danjin's still worried about Saradin killing his ass. Especially when the matter of the souvenir finally got brushed under the rug. Oh, Saradnik told him bring a souvenir, bring him something that proves his innocence, that he's not the silent majority killer. Okay, especially when the matter of the souvenir finally got brushed under the rug. Okay, so Togashi's kind of going back on that. Excuse me, can I say something? Okay, Slaka, what you want? I'm Slaka, a soldier belonging to the second queen. Yeah, we know. I'll join the introductory class too. Oh, even they're shocked. What is this? What is that guy suddenly blabbing about? We don't mind, but belonging. Oh, people are not happy about that. Yeah, because Slaka was just standing by doing a whole bunch of nothing in the Nen class. So, okay. So he wants to be in the introductory class now. Okay. So it piqued his interest. Belonging to the second queen, meaning he's a close aide to the second prince? No, he's a bodyguard for the first prince. No, I'm a bodyguard for the first prince. Okay, that was a little mistranslation. If I'm just gonna stand around here days, it's way more beneficial to learn an ability. Yeah, that's true. Oh, what does Danjin think? We never been inside Danjin's head before. The third, a bodyguard who serves as a supervisor to a lower prince, leaving his post to come here? That's normally impossible, right? Is he sticking around to gain something important? If they intend to leave us out of the loop, we'll have to reconsider the treaty itself. Ooh, now that's important. Not Slaka. Sakata is mad. Idiot, you're just giving them unnecessary information. You're just gonna give them unnecessary information. Are you trying to ruin the friendly relationship we went out of our way to build? Yeah, you don't like that. What Mayor said is interesting. Is he sticking around to gain something important? If they intend to leave us out of the loop, we'll have to reconsider the treaty. Hmm. Well, the third prince has nothing to do with the treaty, first of all. You did not read the contract. It's just an alliance with Zhang Li. It's not a malicious attack on the prince or the queen. That was the stipulation of the contract. I remember that contract being made. Oh, Sakata's mad at him. Oh, he's smirking. This bastard, knowing full well and doing it on purpose. Oh, so Slaka's going off the rails like he said he would. Taking advantage of my silence during the previous lecture, sneaking around behind my back and making under the table deals. What? Really? If you have no intention of handing over that information regarding. Wait, what? Okay, hold on. If you have no intention of handing over that information regarding Nen that could influence the succession contest to yours truly, I have absolutely no desire to play along with your little friendship game. Oh, he's talking to Karapika back when, way back when the Succession War started on day one. Karapika said, "What I'm about to reveal to you will influence the outcome of Succession War." And Slaka is still holding Karapika to that regard. He said, if you have no intention of handing over that information regarding Nen that could influence the succession contest to yours truly, he's arrogant as fuck. He's selfish too. He wants that for himself. I have absolutely no desire to play along with your little friendship game. Mm-hmm. 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 Slaka just wants to cause trouble. That's what the hell he wants to do. That's what he wants to do. Holy shit. Holy shit. Slaka Slaka wants to cause trouble and wants an inability. And just wants to be an asshole. Okay. Hold on, let me scroll. Good grief. As some of you may have already noticed, the reason is being demonstrated here due to special circumstances. As some of you have already noticed, the reason is being demonstrated here due to special circumstances. It is to learn the crucial information regarding Nen that could influence the succession contest. Okay, we're back on this topic then. Okay, good. Since this is a good opportunity, I shall announce it right now, right here. Hell fucking yeah, Karapika. I want to hear it. Hell fucking yeah! Right now, right here to these people, even to Gipper and to Sarah Hell. Hmm. Well, Kravka doesn't know Gipper's situation, but we, the audience, do. And to Sarah Hell, and to Furikov. Hmm. I'm very intrigued right now. Wait a minute. Okay. Yeah, so content needs to process everything that's going on. Wait a minute. If you talk about that here and now, even though we might have been able to advance the succession war to our advantage with that information, is that what you mean? Actually, unfortunately, it's not that kind of information. Oh. Even though we might have been able to, I know sometimes they just reread some shit. Even though we might have been able to advance the succession war to our advantage with that information, is what you want. Is that what you mean? Actually, unfortunately, it's not that kind of information. Okay, Babby, mine is listening. It seems the expression influence of the outcome of the succession war caused a misunderstanding. I apologize. I am very sorry for phrasing it in a way that could be taken to mean only the prince who obtained the information would benefit. Oh, right. He's like, huh? No, 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 wait. How else are we supposed to take it? I will explain that now. Right now, on the ship, the succession war to decide the next king of Kakin is in progress. An insane situation where the sole survivor inherits the throne. First, a fundamental question arises regarding that. Why go that far? Mm. Mm-hmm. 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 That's true. To keep the cycle of power alive. I saw, oh my god, what CJ Suckwar Central had that video of talking about like the class system where like, you know, all those Nen after death relics, the mummy, the sword of omens, the cedar, and is all just keep the cycle perpetuating of just power and corruption, blah blah blah, and power, you know, just staying in power. But yeah, that's true. Why go that far? I think Kropicus figured that out. I need to relearn some of these people's names again. That's Gipper. Forgot his name. Gato, Sarah Hell. Okay. Needless to say, the grand cause lies in the prosperity of the nation. A king to lead over 1 billion citizens. Damn, really? 1 billion? When it comes to the state affairs slash ritual that decides such a thing, even as a motivation or a mission, it serves as ample justification to go that far. Furthermore, Nen abilities have continuously brought success to the outcomes of these state affairs. That is where the root of it lies. Oh. Furthermore, Nen abilities continuously brought success to the outcome. Okay, yeah, so Nen is the reason why Kakin has been so prosperous. That's what he's revealing to the classmates. I see now. By utilizing Nen abilities. Ooh, I like this imagery. Where have we seen that dragon imagery? Somewhere else in the manga, I forget. By utilizing Nen abilities and maximizing the capabilities. Okay, that's some weird wording. In maximizing the outcome through vows and limitations, it can further solidify the leadership, quote unquote, of the next king who survives this fierce competition, making national prosperity rock solid. That's true. What I just say. That is how powerful Nen can operate. That's true. Nen is power. She's basically saying not she. He's basically saying Nen is powerful enough to run a whole nation, to operate a whole nation. What are vows and limitations? The principle by which one gains remarkably higher efficiency. That's misspelled. The principle which by which one gains remarkable higher efficiency and power by taking on stricter resolve and greater risk. The act of sacrificing the lives of one's own bloodline to narrow the successors down to just a single person carries immense resolve and even brings the risk of complete clan extinction. Oh shit, Kropka's talking about clan extinction. That's some wild shit. He knows that all too well. That's some wild shit. They don't know how good of advice that classroom does not know how good advice that Kropka is giving them right now. However, up to this point, this is strictly the resolve of a ritual that decided to conduct the succession war. The resolve of enshrinement and offering. Okay, so he's kind of dancing around the same thing in that text phrase. Oh, oh, oh. The Matsuri in ADM in affairs of state. The Matsuri in Matsuri Goto, an idiom of administration affairs of state, has four meanings, and Kaken has utilized this in their Nen-based succession war. Prayer to God, prayer for national prosperity, and vow. Oh, so I get it. He's just listing off. Oh, he's just listing off what he theorizes the original first king. He's saying this is what the first king's vows and restrictions are that created this whole mess. The Cedar ceremony, all the prosperity that they wanted. Prayer to God, prayer for national prosperity and establishing a vow. Offering to God, offering the lives of blood relatives as proof of resolve. And then some arrows going down. Comforting souls and spirits, gathering those who died during the succession war into two locations to form an aura field, unity of government and ritual, politics by the ritualists. Very sounds like some system I know. Governing the affairs of state using the immense power gathered through the ceremony. Wow, so the net that oh wow. So the Nen, oh God. So that Nen, those vows and restrictions, what the outcome that they were. So the top half of this phrase, the top half of this, okay, I'm getting it now. The top half of this panel is his vows and limitations. The bottom half is the outcome he wants. Where Nen is literally running and governing the affairs of state using immense power gathered from that ceremony. A unity of government is the outcome he wants. Gathering those who died for the succession war into two locations to form aura fields to fuel the power even more. Comforting souls and spirits. Okay. So he's just laying down the law, first of all, of, of how the game is played with Nen, and also teaching teaching these classmates just how serious this is. I see now. I see now. I see now. I see now. Okay. I get what's going on. Even if these translations get changed, I get the gist of it. The process of advancing the process of advancing the succession war, the restrictions, risks that arise during the ceremony. If these are not established, the Nen required to maintain the power of the guardian spirit beasts, the leadership necessary for government, that is, what makes one fit to lead the masses as a king, cannot be generated. Yeah, so it is those vows and limitations that also created these Nen beasts, because the Nen beasts is a way, it's a tool, symbolically, if you look at it, the Nen beasts in general are a tool for the prince that it possesses, or that is being possessed by it, to it's like a microcosm of being king. Each of these princes with their own country, so to speak, being their own living quarters is their own country, how to interact with these other countries, these other princes, and figuring out what the hell this Nen beast is, and figuring out what the hell all these other people's Nen beasts are. I'm getting it now. It's like a microcosm of the macrocosm whole of the country as a whole. I went off on a huge tangent there. I'm sorry. That very restriction is crucial information fully capable of swaying the outcome of the succession war. Voyage to the new continent takes 2 months. Since 12 days have passed, what remains is about a month and a half. I like the ship imagery there on top. Since a ceremony is scheduled immediately after landing where the current king will officially announce the prince who will become the next king. Oh, really? Since the ceremony is scheduled immediately after landing on the new continent they're talking about, where the current king will officially announce the prince who will become the next king, there is no doubt that the deadline for the succession war is during the Black Whale's voyage. So there's a deadline. Determining the next successor during this time is an absolute requirement. That's why Kropka's doing this stalemate, dude. That's why. Because that's... that's juicy information. Was that the end of that page? Oh no, this is the beginning of the page. Exactly. It's a requirement. That's why she's doing. Why I keep saying keep referring to him as she. I bet. That's it. That's it. Mm-hmm. My mind is blown. Determining this is an absolute requirement. So they have to. This succession war has to be over in that month and a half. There is no doubt that the deadline for the succession war is during the Black Whale's voyage. Holy fuck. If the deadline arrives and the succession war is not concluded with only one single prince remaining, the Huigoro royal family will fall from the royal throne. Will fall. My neck still hurts, bro. This is not. Will fall from the royal throne. That is an absolute requirement. I'm so glad that we are now seeing, because it made it seem like the succession was so unavoidable. All this stuff, even the Kachu and Forgettu's escape attempt, and all that going on, and yet now we finally get to see the side where those vows and restrictions come into play. Because it seemed like Kakin was unbeatable, using human sacrifices, Prince Momose being in a coffin, that fuels some other ability. So now we actually get the downside to the succession war. Finally, that's why Kurapika is talking about vows and limitations. And if the deadline arrives and the succession war is not concluded with only one single prince remaining, the Huigoro royal family will fall from the royal throne. Also, that will also that's tricky. That's some tricky information to say. And Gipper's there too, learning all this. But y'all, what was I gonna say? Hearing Karapika say this, if I was one of those 18 people in that classroom, that would want to make somebody like Sarah Hell, for example, who's right there at the far left, want to start killing people even faster. Because I feel like Sarah Hell's going to start reporting that information that she just got to all the untouchables, all the have-nots, and say, yo, we need Kakin to survive because they've been low-key brainwashed to the Huigoro royal family. That's gonna incentivize some of these people to start killing people quicker, which might also accelerate the conflict. Holy fuck, that's crazy. Oh, I just saw some cool imagery. I'm not gonna skip. Agitation, no scratch that. You mean a regime change? Temptory, okay. If we lose the adaptability, extraordinary manipulation capabilities, and everything else that has been heightened to their absolute limits by Nen, that is inevitably the outcome. Really? Oh, manipulation capabilities and everything else have been heightened to. Is she saying that the whole black whale is going to turn into a fucking killing spree? Everyone's going to be manipulated into killing each other? if the risk higher if it's everyone dies if you don't meet the deadline? Isn't the risk higher if it's everyone dies if you don't meet the deadline? What do you think? Why do you think of it as a collapse rather than a total annihilation? That's a good question. At the moment, At the moment, it is decided that only one person can survive. A contract risking one's life has already been established. Completely stripping away options during the course of the festival is not a restriction, but coercion. For Nen, it would end up having the opposite effect. Oh, leaving? Oh. Leaving an option for when the succession contest is not completed. In other words, the freedom that permits multiple princes to survive. Leaving an option for when the succession contest is not completed. In other words, the freedom that permits multiple princes to survive. Oh, okay. So she's saying if the stalemate does last until, then that is an option for them to leave to survive the succession war. By leaving hope for the participants in weaker positions, the risk of the rulers self-destructing is hidden behind the restriction of a time limit. I am I am I am invested. Hold on, let me just double check on the stream, make sure everything's good and rolling. Okay, we're good. No scratch. That you mean a regime change. If we lose the adaptability, extraordinary manipulation capabilities, and everything else that has been heightened to their absolute limits by Nen, is inevitably the outcome. That alone is holy shit. That's basically saying if that can Karabika thinks if the condition's not fulfilled, everyone on the ship is going to be manipulated to killing each other and therefore make Mazai Stom's vision of how the ship's going to sink come true, which is wild. But then Mayor asks a great question. Isn't the risk higher if everyone dies if you don't meet the deadline? Why do you think of it as a collapse rather than total annihilation? At the moment, it is decided that only one person can survive a contract, risking one's life has already been established. Okay. Completely stripping away options during the course of the festival is not a restriction, but coercion. For Ned, it would end up having the opposite effect. Okay, I get that. Okay. Leaving an option for when the succession contest is not completed. In other words, the freedom that permits multiple princes to survive. That's how other princes are able to survive. So 1 month. Is that what the time limit? That 1 month, 18 days, 13 hours, 46 minutes and 29 seconds. Oh my gosh. This is gonna be a long ass arc, bro. If we're on day 12. And we're not even, what is it? We're not even sixth of the way done. Time frame wise. By leaving hope for the participants in the weaker positions, the risk of the ruler self-destructing is hidden behind the restriction of the time limit. If you're a cop saying, are you really the one saying that? That's basically egging us on, like we're screwed if we don't hurry up and kill the lower ranked princes. No, from his perspective, that's true, but crop because you're not listening, basically. And so everybody's muttering. And one more thing, I shall make a major announcement. The 14th prince does not possess qualifications for the succession war. But he has a guardian spirit beast. He felt the presence of it in the cradle. Okay. Okay. Did they find out who the child was? I mean, did they find out who the child of beyond was? Is Oito dead? That didn't look like she's dead. Maybe. Wait. Wait, 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 wait. I just had a theory. The 14th prince does not possess the qualifications for the succession. Okay, I have two questions. Hold on. What did I just watch? What did I just watch? Hold on. Pause real quick. Pause. I need to check out something. I have two theories right now. I have two theories right now. I have two theories right now. Shoot, where'd my thing go? Okay. Um, First of all, this is not one of my theories, but first of all, Karapika kind of predicted that Slaka was going to lash out or do something out of character. And then it's like, because it's like Karapika read Slaka's mind in order and then revealed that information. Crazy. So Karapika saw that coming. I have two questions about this end panel right here, y'all. Oh, wait, can you even see that? Oh, no, we're still, we're still. Rechange my scene. I have two questions about this right here. Two theories about this. First of all, is Oito dead? Because if Oito is dead, this is my first theory, and the prevailing theory that Oito is the child of Beyond. It's not a prince, it's a queen, and that it's Oito. Does that mean that now that Oito is dead, if this theory is true, if she's even dead, I don't know what the hell is going on here, but if that's true, does that mean Woble's Woble's qualifications are just cut off? I think we're gonna get a backstory of Oito and Wobble being born, just like the Hunter Society's video about who the child of Beyond is. This was a good chapter. Holy shit! This was such a good. This was a good chapter. Good chapter. That was a little too loud. I'm sorry. Um, I need to read this shit again, dude. It's 4 a.m. right now. It's 4:02, bro. Um, damn. So updates this chapter. All of Halkenberg's guards are just now tier 2 and below. They're just like, no, you're gone, kicking you out. Got it. They're basically saying here on this page, we'll just wait and see until the funeral concludes without a hitch. Like they know about Hockenberg's funeral. Okay, Sarah Hell locking the fuck in. I'll wring their neck and kill them on the spot. Wild. Gipper's here. Just okay. Crazy change of just crazy change of. How did he even get here? Wasn't he busy with the funeral? Wait, the funeral hasn't even happened yet, right? Because according to Balsamilko, I was like, why is Gipper? We've seen Gipper patrolling the hallways during the funeral, so this means the funeral hasn't happened yet. Still 8 a.m. This is just before the funeral has started. Gipper learned all of this back when we caught up with. Hold on. So you're telling me that Gipper in this chapter already knows about all of Kropika's bombshells right here. Can you see it? Can you see my screen? So, okay, whoa. Gipper already knew about all of Kropika's bombshells by the time he got back down here for the funeral. Holy shit. That means Danjin knows Borkson too, which is wild in itself. Wow. So this was the 411 is just before the funeral begins. Gipper is all the way the hell up here. He somehow goes all the way back down to tier 3 in this 40-minute time frame. Oh no, 2-hour time frame, right? Because the funeral. Okay. Yeah. I need to learn these characters again. Oh shit, Rockley. Already know the prince is dead. Everyone's just keeping quiet. Hubach. I'm just calling him Hubach. Hubach. Sarah Held, Tenth Tory, Mayor. Everyone's. Oh, excuse me. Everyone's starting to feel the power behind Nen abilities now, though, too. You know what I'm saying? Especially Tenth Tory thinks he can go up against Benjamin's guards. All right, yeah. Okay. Lizula, Tonasta, and Naipe. Lizula, Tonasta, Naipe, Gato, and Hubach. I need to say that 10 times fast on my own time. This guy, Princess are dying one after ours, a baby. No, this guy wants to kill the baby. Yeah, he figured out, yeah, ninth prince is dead. Like, damn, that sucks. And then Slaka raising his hand here is when all the turmoil starts to begin. I like how Sakata does not. I like this character progression, honestly, from Sakata, because that's going to start some infighting. Still, though, the fact that Kurapika is revealing this information to Sarahel. This is crazy. And Kurapika is basically saying Prince Woba doesn't meet any qualification to actually be a prince for the throne is, first of all, even crazier information for Sarahel. If the deadline arrives and succession war is not concluded with only one single prince remaining, the Huigo royal family will fall from the royal throne. crazy. Gipper's hearing all this. Sarah Hell's hearing all this. Furikov and Babi Mina is hearing all this. Even Bill's probably hearing all. I want to see Oito when they briefly showed Oito at the beginning of the chapter. Where was it? Yeah, Shimano's there. If Shimano is Silent Majority, is Silent Majority the one that killed Oito? That would be extremely crazy. But no, if Oito's dead, first of all, if Oito's dead at the very end of this bitch here, hold on. Oh, that went way too far. If Oito's really dead here, I'm still going on this theory. That means Karapika knows she died? Question mark. Her eyes are whited out. She's not sleeping because her eyes are open. That's my theory. My second theory is that this is someone in disguise as Oito. That part confuses me though. I'm probably gonna just read a bunch of theories online about how this all went. But wow, that was the last fucking page too, dude. The 14th prince does not possess the qualification for the succession war. And what Furikov said here is too, are you really the one saying that? That's basically egging us on like we're screwed if we don't hurry up and kill everybody. Yeah, Furikov still wants to kill the baby. But oh, excuse me, which is crazy. Yeah, leaving an option for when the succession contest is not completed. In other words, the freedom that permits multiple princes to survive by leaving hope for the participants in weaker positions, so the risk of the rulers self-destructing is hidden behind the restriction of a time limit. Brother, I, 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 I don't know what to say. Okay, this is my reaction, guys. I don't know. I don't know much more to tell you. I'm gonna be watching all these Hunter x Hunter YouTubers videos just like I am, just like you probably are too. Um, but holy shit, dude! So there is a time limit. 1 month. Sorry, 18 days. We're on day 12, by the way, which is crazy. Um, bro, how long is this arc gonna go? Damn, because yeah, they have to. The sole survivor will be the next heir to the throne. So the trick behind that wordplay that Camilla asked about and Zhang Li asked about, the trickery behind that wordplay is the sole survivor will be the next heir to the throne. Is also a kind of underlying way to say underneath of that statement, because if there isn't a sole survivor, there is no royal family. So how did Nasubi win his succession war? He had to have been the sole survivor. He already had Onyor, the Jiu boss, who's Nasubi's brother, and Broccoli, right? Too. I'm pretty sure. I know Onyor for sure. I'm pretty sure it's just Broccoli too. I know they're illegitimate, but yeah, wow. So Nasubi really did have to murder all his siblings, other than the illegitimate ones. So the illegitimate ones, Broccoli and Onyor, have seen some shit. They've seen some shit. They've seen 2 succession wars go off back to back after all these years. That in itself is something to just sit with. Holy crap, dude. I'm still reading that line. The sole survivor is the next heir to the throne because there needs to be a sole survivor for all conditions to be fulfilled and then have an heir to the throne. If not, no throne. Crazy. So what happens then? Who's going to be the ruler of the new continent if that's not if that can if the time if time runs out and there's no single prince remaining? I'm pretty sure. Hold on. By Prince Tubepa's by Longhe's contract, the Nen contract is between Wobble, Tubepa, and Zhang Li. And in the stipulation, it said if those three are the last three remaining, pretty much, they will renounce the throne in support of Zhang Li, which means Zhang Li could very well be king. His chances shot right up. But also, or for either that happens, or if the stalemate works for the full month and 18 days, then hold I'm processing all this still as I'm explaining it. Then if the stalemate goes all the way in the succession wars collapsed, khalas, done, then that means at least one other prince has to be alive. Zhang Li in this scenario, Zhang Li, Tubepa, Wobble, and at least one other prince has to stay alive. 4 princes left. 4 princes left. Whoa! Is that what Benjamin meant? When he declared martial law last chapter in 410, 4 princes left? Well, no, he's talking about talking about Loserus and all that shit. Okay, so never mind. I put 2 and 2 together way harder than I should have. 2 and 2 and 2 together actually is what I did. Okay, so in order for that contract to be fulfilled, either that contract gets fulfilled or Succession War collapses. Am I right? Also, this other brings up another prevailing question I've had in the back of my head for a while. Prince Cacho's corpse is not in the morgue on tier 1 with all those Nen inscriptions. Prince Cacho's body, Halkenberg's body might be in the morgue now, but Cacho's and Sally, Cacho's body is still drifting out at sea. How the hell are they going to do that unless it cuts back to a scene where all those mysterious hands that were grabbing at them and stealing their soul, like what I can see it cutting back to a scene where those hands reappear somehow, or it's already been done. They've already done this, where those hands just reappear somehow, grab the body out of the lifeboat, grab Kacho's body out loud, and carries it back to the black whale into the coffin. Hmm. That's some food for thought. That could very well happen. Holy shit, holy shit. But even if, I mean, Longhe's contract aside, whether those 3 are the last one standing or not, Wobble isn't even considered a prince according to Karapika, which for a reason we don't know. And what the hell happened to Oito? She dead? Is that someone disguised as her? Is she? I don't know. Damn. Okay. I'm left with more questions than answers. I know. No. I got a lot of answers. Fuck that. I got a lot of answers. Fuck that. I got a lot of answers. Hell yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, y'all. Okay, I need to end this stream. My mind is too mind fucked. Bro, I had such a good time. Stay tuned. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. Press the like button. Share it with as many people as possible. The Hunter x Hunter community, y'all. I'm here for the next batch of chapters. I'm here for the next batch of chapters, bro. Come on. And I'm just talking out loud, saying my theories. Holy shit, dude. I love this. This is not as chapter 401 still takes the cake for me, but this is number 2. This is number 2. This is number 2. Best chapter in the Succession War. Number 3, if I had to pick, would be Cyridnik's flip flop, like Theta's point of view of Cyridnik's ability, Cyridnik's point of view of his ability. Those two chapters are like a package deal to me. That's probably my third favorite, and then my fourth favorite would definitely be Halkenberg's awakening on day 5 of the voyage, and then Kachu and Fugetsu. Actually, no, Kachu and Fugetsu, their escaped attempt would be way, way higher. I don't know. Maybe Kachu and Fugetsu would be number 3. Anyways, guys, I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for watching this live on the feedback. You know, follow all my socials. I'm on Instagram. I'm on TikTok too. I'm just, starting to get to know what the hell TikTok is even all about. But I do have a lot of cool things planned for TikTok though, honestly. Instagram, YouTube, check out my other videos, check my vlog. There is it, bro. Next Solterra retreat happening too, bro. Use code Gelato 10 for 10% off. But yeah, you can follow all that and keep up to date with everything I said going on at my socials. You'll see them up there actually on the screen, just YouTube and Instagram at least. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I had so much fun. Um, I just love yapping. I want to yap like this more. You know what I'm saying? What do you think? I want to yap like this some more, especially over Hunter x Hunter. Like this is peak fiction in my eyes. If you don't see that, you're missing the hell out. Cause damn, the build up, bruh, the build up. Okay, peace and love and unity and gratitude, guys.